Hari Om, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Today I have a special treat for you, which is the announcement that we can now pull compatibility for any couple on the planet, even fictional couples. How do we know that? Because Dilanu now has a feature called No Birth Time Compatibility. It's a brand new feature that we've been working on for a long time that allows you to pull the compatibility on various levels, including sexual chemistry, friendship, obstacles, the durability of the relationship, and the total relationship score itself for people who do not have an exact birth time. Now, if you have an exact birth time, you can use the full Dilanu protocol, which involves multiple layers and which we have a full course on. But even now, with no birth time, either one or both partners, we can find out a lot about that relationship. So let's dive in. I've chosen two couples. One is a real world couple that has lasted forever, which is Kevin Bacon and Kyra Sedgwick. We don't have birth times for at least one of them, but I've put actually both of them as no birth time. But I'd like to start with Ross and Rachel. Why? Because for about 10 years, they were the it fictional couple, at least in the US, for people who watch that show. So let's dive in and take a look. We actually have the birth date for Rachel, which was mentioned on the show, but I've put in 12 noon because the birth time is unknown. Similarly, we have the birth date for Ross. This is from Reddit, from people who sort of, research this stuff, and these dates are established. The time, however, isn't. The location is in Long Island, New York, that area. So let's dive in. Now, we're not going to use the normal protocol. What we're going to use is the no birth time chart. And I want to show you just how much you can extract from this. So the first thing you'll see is a total relationship score. That is 40%, which is not great, but it's something. So ideally, we want 50% or above. Now, what's striking here is the durability is at zero. What does that mean? Durability means your ability to face challenges. And so, what this fictional couple, if you don't know the show, they broke up a bunch of times. There were many obstacles to them getting together, and their relationship was off and on, off again, on again. However, their compatibility is strong. The sexual chemistry is pretty good. But look at this score. Fate denies. So this was the whole idea, the premise, a somewhat ridiculous premise of the show, that just the moment that they would get together and express their feelings for each other, something happens. Like the ring falls out of his pocket and someone else picks it up, or some, nonsense like that. But this is a real um, depiction of what happens in relationship that have a high obstacle score. That is, things outside the relationship or weird events seem to conspire to keep you apart. And this is exactly what happened on the show. I'm not making this up. The breakup meter is also high, which means that there will be arguments and breakups. Now, if the total score is good, the compatibility is good, you don't worry about the breakup meter. That just means you have a fight or an argument. But because the durability is low, the breakup meter means you will actually break up. You'll have the argument and it'll lead to a breakup, which is what happened on the show. So, what to make of this? Would you recommend this to a friend? Like if your friends came to you and have these scores, well, you want to go one step further, and this is what will really freak you out. You want to go to the timing section. And what you will notice in this case is that both people are in roughly the same dasha period. In fact, they are only 1 year apart. And there's a special rule in Vedic astrology. This is a long held secret that says that if two people are running the same dasha within about one, well, tops 3 years apart, Okay. But the tighter it is, the better. That couple has a special secret sauce that if they want to be together, will keep them together for the rest of their lives. And in fact, this whole show is premised on the fact that we know they're going to end up together, but it takes 10 years, right? 10 seasons for that to happen. And during those entire 10 seasons, they are in each other's lives as best friends, as lovers, as a father, as parents to a child and so forth. Of course, I'm speaking about fictional characters, but this stuff works even for fictional characters, if you believe it or not. Now, we can check other areas using the standard Delano methods, but you have to keep in mind that there are some things that won't work, like you can't check the ascendants because we don't have an accurate birth time, but you can certainly check the moons and the Venuses to each other. So in this case, this indicates strong emotional connection, good communication, but poor relationship when it comes to money, when it comes to romance, and getting your romantic needs met. So that will be a focus. And of course, you could go through the entire Delano protocol, which I have certain videos on it in other places. But today, we're just going to focus on this no birth time compatibility. And you can see with just these few metrics and the timing, we establish a good snapshot picture. So if this couple came to you, I would say, boy, you guys are stuck at the hip with each other, whether you like it or not. There will be arguments, there will be obstacles that the world throws at you that will pull you apart. But over time, you are more than likely to end up together. So that is Ross and Rachel. So now let's go to a real world couple. And in this case, I think we have an accurate birth time for Kyra Sedgwick, but I just chose to use the noon chart again just to illustrate the no time protocol. And for the no time protocol, now we have a total relationship score of close to 50%. Durability is very high. Okay, so this couple is likely to endure arguments, obstacles, and in fact, we don't see a lot of obstacles or arguments. There is some, but not too much. Their sexual compatibility is actually better long term. So the total is the long term picture, the raw sexual chemistry is the short term. So that's always a good sign that things actually get better with age. Compatibility is decent, durability is above 50%, so strong. So this is a strong foundation for a couple. If I go to their timing, I will see that they're in different periods. They have a similar nature, Saturn and Rahu, in some Shanivat Rahu, right? That is a saying that Rahu will behave like Saturn in some respects. So this is not going to play a factor. Marriage inclination, this stuff is not going to play out without an accurate birth time. So we're going to stick to this and say, hey, if this couple came to me, based on these metrics, I would say they have a better than average chance of long-term happiness. Okay, especially with the total sexual chemistry being higher in the long term. That's a sign that things can progress and get better over time. All right. So thought I'd share those with you. And now, since you watched and you listened to me ramble basically for a little bit, there is a coupon, Love 20, that will save you 20% off the price of Delano. So go to Love 20 equals 20% off. Go to prodelanu.com and you can order the software yourself. You can make a living doing compatibility charts for folks. If you really want to learn this and how to use every metric on a deep, deep level to be able to counsel your clients, take a look at my Delano professional certification. I guess I should pull that up here. Delano professional certification. Professional certification. Well, that's on my site, decodingvedicwisdom.com. There we go. We click on that here. And there you go. So if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment and we will see you in the next one. Hari Om.